Hello Pioneer family, and welcome to August Pioneer Update. Before we share some news from around the network, I just felt it was important to acknowledge the statement that we have released saying that we have initiated an external, independent, broad review of Pioneer's past and present ministry practices. You know, these kinds of decisions are obviously not taken lightly, and there was careful consideration, seeking of wise counsel, and asking God for his help and wisdom during a painful few weeks. I am confident that we are doing the right thing in opening ourselves up to this review. As a relational network, how we do relationships and how we do ministry is really important to get right. And so into this next new season of Pioneer, I want to help our churches reflect the nature and character of Christ in all that we do. The review was triggered by a complaint last month connected to the ministry and pastoral practice of our late founder, Gerald Coates. But we're taking the opportunity for it to be much broader review into our past and present culture, our policies, our practices, and our safeguarding arrangements. It felt right to do an external and not an internal review, and so we have asked an organisation called Christian Safeguarding Services, CSS, to do that for us. We decided early on in this process that our posture as a network should be non-defensive, rather seeking full truth and be willing to be scrutinised. We determined to listen, to learn, and to operate with Christ-like values of humility, honesty, and integrity. We're committed to following the evidence, being accountable for any harm done, and being transparent about the review and any actions taken as a result. We will welcome recommendations of how we can do things better going forward into the new season of Pioneer. The appeal for information will run until mid-November 2023. If you want to contribute to the review, please email the dedicated and independent email address or complete the online form. Thank you, everybody. So this month we're hearing about awards and answers to prayer. Firstly, we're going to hear from Paul Woodman, one of the leaders of City Life Southampton. You know, as well as City Life Church receiving Pioneer's Outstanding Community Impact Award in March at our annual Leaders Conference, the church has recently been given an award from the Lord Mayor of Southampton for the incredible work that they do. That will be followed by a video from Richard Gamble, who heads up the Eternal Wall of Answered Prayer. It's making huge progress right now and mainly needs answered prayers sent in from our churches.
Yeah, hello, I'm Paul Woodman from City Life Church in Southampton. So I lead the church there and different projects in the community as well.
Fantastic. Yes, you are the recipient this year of our Community Impact Award. But actually recently as well, you've received an award from Southampton City. As Pioneer, we celebrate all the work you're doing there. And in fact, recently, on top of that, the BBC have been profiling some of the work you've been doing with people who've been coming here from Hong Kong. Could you tell me what that work is? What have you been doing?
Yeah, we've been trusted to lead a piece of work to welcome people from Hong Kong. Lots of people, maybe around 150,000 people have left that country to come to the UK. Around 1,500 of them have come to Southampton, and we've set up a new website, Hong Kong Welcome, to welcome that and put on a lot of big events to welcome. We call them friendship festivals as part of the Welcome Churches initiative in the UK. And yeah, typically we would see 500 people at those. And those events sell out in about 5 or 10 minutes. Our church has got a project called CLEAR, City Life Education Action for Refugees, and it works with people from 50 different nations, but the top hitting nations would be Ukraine, Afghanistan, Iraq, and Egypt, actually. If you're connecting with 50 different nations every week, it's quite amazing, isn't it? You think how much money you would spend to send missionaries to those nations, and actually those people have come to our country. And across Southampton, churches have grown as a result of Iraqis and Hong Kongers and other people finding faith in Jesus and being part of the church. I think our challenge in Southampton is for our church and all our churches to see how big that opportunity is, how many people are looking to find home not only in a country, but find home in a church community as well. So it's a lot that we're thinking about our welcoming strategies for people from other nations.
Hey everyone at Pioneer, this is Richard Gamble here from Eternal Wall of Answered Prayer. If you don't know, this is a project to build a national landmark on the edge of Birmingham, in between the M42 and the M6. And we're going to build a giant infinity loop made of 1 million bricks. And every single brick is going to represent a story of when somebody has prayed to Jesus and he's answered. Visitors will be able to come and point their phone at any one of the bricks, even the ones at the top of the arch, and their phone will light up and it will tell them the story of hope that lies within. And of course, millions of people are going to be able to go online and access millions of stories of answered prayer to inspire them and provoke them and encourage them to pray. Well, I know I shared this vision with you 2019, 2020 as well, I think. And just to encourage you, though we've had a cheeky little pandemic in the middle, we are making great progress. And I'm standing now on the access road. That's a mile and a bit long road that's been built to the land. We're at the entrance here that will take us onto the car park, and the diggers are digging. We're just doing an archaeological dig just to do our planning conditions. And really, we're in good shape. So we're probably going to be starting late this year, early next year, to start building the foundations for the wall, which will arch up over this tree here to my left. And we continue to pray for the provision, and God's been so amazing, providing us just the right finance, just at the right time. I'd love to tell you I'm skipping through the fields and it's wonderful every day. It's a little bit scary at times, but of course that's a faith journey. But here's the one thing where we really need your help, and it's the same message that I shared with you in 2020. We really need stories of answered prayer. We really need now churches to come together and to help us with our stories. The Eternal Wall is made up of 94 segments that all join together like Lego, and each segment represents a geography. So we have a segment for Brighton and for London and Belfast and Inverness and all the towns and villages in between, and we need stories from those areas. So can you please help us? Can you now scan in this QR code, and that's going to give you the link where you can share your testimony of up to 500 words or audio or video. Please, can you get your churches to share those stories, because people are going to read these stories all over the world and they're going to find the God who gives hope and answers.
And lastly, if you know that your future involves church planting, then please do book on to one of the launch conferences this autumn. There's 2 days in the north, the 30th to 31st of October, 1 day in the south, the 2nd of November in Buckinghamshire. And there is a discount for Pioneer leaders in the email part of this update. So let us know if your church also receives an award, so we can profile and celebrate with you across the family of Pioneer and cheer each other on.